Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl Butler, and you're listening to the Mighty Mommy's Quick and Dirty Tips podcast, which will help make your life as a parent a little bit easier and a lot more fun. Welcome. I'm so happy you can listen in to today's episode, number 557, The Unexpected Joys of Raising an Average Child, because not every child has to be a superstar. They can shine brightly in their own role, starring as themselves. Now, let's talk about the quick and dirty of today's podcast. Being average isn't just okay. It's actually awesome. Here are some unexpected benefits. Average people are often more grateful. Average kids don't focus on FOMO. They're comfortable in their own skin. Being average builds character. Average kids can rally, and average kids appreciate the simple things in life. Let's delve in further as I share a personal story of my own that relates to this topic quite well. After 2 long months of preparing for rehearsal tryouts for the role of the Scarecrow in the upcoming school play The Wizard of Oz, my 14-year-old daughter learned her fate. She would not scamper down the yellow brick road alongside Dorothy in her dream role as the Scarecrow. Instead, she'd be part of the ensemble cast as one of the jitterbug dancers. Several of her best friends landed lead roles, so I was nervous about how my daughter would react to this. I was pleasantly surprised when she announced her disappointment at not being chosen for her dream role, but still expressed how much fun she thought the dance number would be. Phew! As much as my daughter loves performing, her singing and acting talents aren't cutting edge. They're average. What isn't average is her outlook on life. Society has attached negative connotations to the term average, but the idea that average is bad couldn't be further from the truth. As parents, we want our children to reach for the moon and the stars, but what if middle of the road is where they're at and it suits them just fine? If you don't have a superstar in your midst, no worries. In my experience, being average is better than okay. It's great. There are many positives to being average. So let's take a look at what makes the average child a joy. Average people are more grateful. Living in a state of gratitude can be one of the most important foundations for living a life of true joy. When we stop and appreciate the little things, sipping ice-cold milk with a cookie, getting tucked in with a warm blanket, and a hug on a cold winter's night, the ability to do a math problem easily, even though reading literature can be a struggle. Our kids learn the warmth of gratitude. Living your life with gratitude means choosing to focus your time and attention on what you appreciate. The goal is not to block out difficulties, but to approach those difficulties from a different perspective. Appreciation softens us. It soothes our cluttered minds by connecting us with the ordinary things, great and small, that we might otherwise take for granted. Sure, my daughter wanted to nail the role of the Scarecrow, but when she didn't get it, she turned her disappointment into gratitude. What was most important to her was being a part of the play in whatever capacity she was able to contribute. Average people don't focus on FOMO. FOMO, or the fear of missing out, means worrying that other people are doing more interesting things than you are, have more friends, and are just all around living a better and cooler life. But guess what? If your child is okay with not trying to keep up with the Joneses in academics, sports, and winning a popularity contest amongst his peers, he's already ahead of the class. He's comfortable in his own skin, just being himself. Being average builds character. Academics are one of the biggest areas that our kids struggle with when they try to feel successful. If school's a challenge, your student may have other strengths that offer her a sense of accomplishment. Maybe your daughter's an average math and science student, but she's a great listener and an empathetic friend. Try to set practical academic expectations and don't compare your child to other students. Regardless of their grades, shift the focus to developing qualities such as honesty, resilience, critical thinking, determination, and teamwork, all of which will be important when they enter college or the workforce. So here's another telltale sign of an average kid. Average kids can rally. One of the most common disappointments that children face is feeling like they're not as good as their peers. Perhaps your son didn't make the final cut to play on the school soccer team, or your daughter didn't get invited to join the show choir. Failure can be a blessing in disguise. It serves as motivation for children to practice harder, study longer, or attempt a different approach. In other words, if your child's an average Joe, setbacks can help them learn to rally and improve. Success isn't always about winning. It's more often about finding another path. Help your child find something they're good at that matches their interests and skills, or figure out another way to approach the goal that takes advantage of their abilities. And average kids appreciate the simple things in life. High-achieving kids spend lots of time immersed in AP studies, striving to perfect their tennis volley, or mastering the best lacrosse split dodge of all time. When not engrossed in academics or athletics, many are being groomed to become future CEOs, brain surgeons, or self-made millionaires. Our society focuses on the best and the extraordinary to the exclusion of celebrating the simple yet amazing gifts that surround us in everyday life. Stop. Hold on just a minute. Not all kids want or will be superachievers. Many want to kick back after school and throw a tennis ball to their dog. Some can't wait to tinker in their garage and cobble together a handmade birdhouse. Others think it's really cool to hang out with their BFF on a Saturday afternoon, daydreaming about what prom will be like. And all of that is perfectly okay. Average kids know how to stop and smell the roses. They're more apt to live in the moment and enjoy what's going on in their lives rather than trying so hard to prove their worth. Let's learn to appreciate them. What else can you share about the joys of raising an average child? Share your thoughts in the comments section at quickanddirtytips.com/mighty-mommy, or you can leave a post on the Mighty Mommy Facebook page or Twitter. You can also email me at mommy@quickanddirtytips.com. Now, before I leave you, I wanted to share a quick preview of what's coming up next week. Today, we talked about the pure joy of raising an average child. Well, sometimes we raise another type of child, one who has difficulty fitting in and connecting with others, usually due to an interpersonal style or a behavior that stands out from other kids. A kid who's a bit quirky. If you have a child who marches to the beat of a different drum, that's okay. We'll explore how to embrace your child's quirky ways. So I hope you'll subscribe to the Mighty Mommy podcast through your favorite platform so you'll get notified when this episode becomes available. As always, thanks so much for listening. And until next time, happy parenting.